All right, so I'm going to walk you through the steps of long multiplication. We're multiplying 627 times 83. You always start with the number in the ones place down in the bottom right-hand corner. You're going to multiply this 3 by the 627, starting with each number one at a time. So first we're going to multiply 3 times 7, which is 21. Write the 1 down here, carry the 2. I like to write the number that we carry a little bit smaller so it doesn't get confused with either of our factors. Now that we've multiplied the 3 times 7, we're going to multiply the 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and then we need to add the number that we carried. 6 plus 2 is 8. We write the 8 down here. I like to cross off the numbers after I've added them. That way they don't get confused with any numbers that I carry later on. Now that we've multiplied 3 times 2, we're going to multiply 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. We're out of numbers to multiply the 3 by. We're now going to multiply by the 8. Because the 8 is in the tens place, it actually has a value of 80. For that reason, we need to put a 0 to start before we actually begin our multiplication. Now we can start. We're multiplying the 8 times the 627, starting with one place at a time. 8 times 7 is 56. Write down our 6, carry our 5. Now we're going to multiply the 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. Write down the 1, carry our 2. And if you notice, I crossed off the 5 once it was used. Now we're going to multiply the 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 48. 48 plus 2 is 50. I don't need to carry the 5 because I have no more numbers that I'm going to be multiplying by. Now that we have each of our numbers down here, we're going to add them together. 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 plus 6 is 14. Write down the 4, carry our 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. Write down the 0, carry our 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 5. And we need to make sure we remember to count 3 spaces in to add our comma. Some students do find trouble keeping their numbers organized. I do recommend that they write a little bit larger than normal so they can keep them organized. Or I've also suggested drawing lines in between to keep the numbers straight so that you're adding the appropriate numbers together.